Okay. We are back. I think I changed the title, right? Title says disc 4? Yeah, it does, okay. So we're just gonna be exploring. I don't know if we're gonna do any side quests or anything. Or not any side quests, any story. So I was just off stream grinding a bit. I will go back to Ura. But basically everyone has learned all the accessories abilities, so yes, I think you have to go somewhere. Okay, so we can't go on the inside, I guess. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's finish exploring Ura. I think there's someone up here. I don't know if he says anything important. And I do have like a note section up, so just in case, at least I'll get that information. Okay, no one's up here. Oh yeah, probably just no story progression, just exploring. I think I talked to all of these guys. He just travels. Let this guy know. Can't do anything with him? Few places I want to go to. I know two. Nothing. I talked to everyone. does this go? Can I go on this? No. Guess not. No central station. What's this? That goes to the Royal Palace. Okay. Okay. Near the monument Station Square, there's a rumor about some kind of treasure hidden inside. They were ejected together. Just before the concert took over, a group of royalists took something out of the palace and hid it there. Here's how the story goes. Consul conducted an underground investigation, but apparently they weren't able to discover anything. Station Square Monument? Okay. Let me do this really quick. Equipment. I do want to check that out real quick. Because I feel like I have to go up and then down. So I'm going to do that like 1 or 2 times. So if that doesn't work, then I don't know why I think I have to do that. If not, then nothing I can do. At least there's no monsters here. Let me double check everyone's skills real quick. Everyone's still learning something. Okay, everyone's good. We go up and then down again. I can't run into like the wall or anything, right? I don't think so. I'll take the cab to the central square. Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Nice. Gaia Breaker, Gaia Rain. What's that for? $36. So. Oh yeah. Number 3. Let me type this out before I forget. Well, I even typed it out wrong. ERGF. Oh. Easy peasy when I type it down. With some superb playing to commemorate this first performance, I'd like to give you this. Let's see. Kill on badge. What's that? Do I have that already? Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Okay, nice, we got another one done. We have two more after this one. Wind charm? Okay. Let me do all of them first. Okay. I'll let the family go. Toughness brooch. Okay, and the last one. Okay. This is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Okay. Let's do the same thing. Okay. Okay, what do we get here? Do we get weapons or another accessory? I'm assuming accessory. Oh, weapon for said. Okay, hold on, I'll be right back. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Okay. We are good. Haven't been to this place for a while. I heard that Gotha built all those magic weapons so they can burn or up to the ground. I'll do anything that's necessary to beat Gotha. It's like what they all say, kill or be killed. Oh, we got a story. Time recalls a memory that was locked deeper than his heart. So, two memories in aura. A dream has been revealed. Okay. What's the story about? Beyond the wall. The wall is being demolished. Sledgehammers resound on both sides. The wall marked the national border for decades. Let me lower the volume a little bit. I think this should be good. Until yesterday, border might not be the right word, however. Originally, both sides were part of a single nation. The country became divided owing to differences in ideology, and the two sides remained so mutually antagonistic that a high, thick wall had to be built. Those days are gone now. A year ago, the leaders of the two sides shook hands in a historic reconciliation. Today, after much preparation and coordination, the wall that symbolizes the two sides' antagonism is being demolished. The sound of hammering signals the end of opposition and extols the beginning of peace. Come on, give me a break, says Yuguno, spitting on the ground and glaring at the backs of the people swarming the wall. Look at them, smiling like idiots. I can't believe it. He glances at Kaim by his side as if to say, right? His still boyish face wears a scowl of disgust. Tell me, Kaim, you've been to a lot of different countries and seen all kinds of people. Can people just take years of hatred like that and throw it out the window? Kaim gives him a sour smile instead of replying. Iguno is a young man, the first person that Kaim became friends with shortly after he arrived in this border town. He is pleasant enough except for his stubborn hatred of people from the other side. One lousy handshake and I'm out of the job. I mean, really, give me a break. Iguno used to be a border guard. In other words, one of the men assigned to keep watch on the wall. He had volunteered, eager to kill anyone who dared to come over the wall from the other side. If his superiors had permitted it, he would have gladly crossed over and attacked the other side, rather than waiting to fend off an invasion. As a mandatory part of reconciliation, however, the border guards were disbanded, unlike his brothers in arms who quickly stated new lives for themselves. Who started? Iguno was left behind by the changing times. Tell me, Kaim, can people be allowed to just slow off their resentment so easily? Do they just not give a damn? Kaim does not respond to this. He knows that Iguno is a victim of the age of confrontation. Still just a young man, a boy even, Iguno has been thoroughly conditioned since childhood to view the other side as the enemy. Watch out, the other side could attack at any time. Watch out, the other side are all cruel, cold-hearted villains. Watch out, if the other side ever invaded us and occupied our towns, they'd burn down the houses, steal our property, kill our men, and assault our women. Watch out, the day is not far off when they will be invading us. It could be 3 days from now, or it could be tomorrow. They might be climbing the wall today, this very moment. Watch out, they've already sent their spies among us, and you can tell for sure who they are. They're the ones who extol and sympathize with the other side by word and by deed. Watch out, they're probing for the slightest gaps in our psychological armor. Remain alert. Be ready to draw your sword at any moment. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. There was much to be found out about the other side in the history of books distributed in the schools on this side. The pictures of the people from the other side portrayed them as ferocious demons. All as ferocious demons. I'm the only one, you know. All of us were taught the same thing. So how come everybody but me is so happy about the wall coming down? Yugino asks, looking utterly bewildered by the new developments. Again and again he repeats his disbelief. Finally, Kaim cannot help but respond to him. You were too pure, he says. What? It's not your fault, Yugino. It's the ones who filled your pure, honest heart with hatred. Wait a second now, Kaim. The animals who live on the other side of the wall are the ones who did that to me. The horrible things they do. Kaim cuts him short. Have they ever done anything horrible to you? Well, sure. No, not really to me, but just what is it you hate the other side for? Well, you see, Yugino is momentarily at a loss for words until all he can do is raise his voice and blurt out, "It's true though. The whole bunch of them are just horrible people." He folds his arms in a decided pout. How are they horrible? What did you ever see any of them do? When? Where? Yugino stammers and sputters. Have you ever met somebody from over there? Kaim demands to know. Yugino hangs his head and shakes it from side to side. With a grim smile, Kaim says, Well, I have. And they're not devils or demons or anything of the sort. How could they be? You all used to be part of the same country. But that stuff is besides the point anyway. Countries and races and tribes. You're all human beings. You're all the same. Yugino stays silent, hanging his head. Cheers erupt at the wall that has separated the two worlds for decades, has just now been broken through. Representatives from this side and the other side walk through the opening, greet each other with smiles and firm handshakes and embrace. The cheers grow louder, and people, mostly members of the younger generation, gather in circles here and there expressing their joy. Yugino glares down at his own shadow and asks Kaim, So what should I do now? All I've ever done is hate. All I've ever known how to do is hate them. Kaim gives Yugino a pat on the shoulder and says, It's not too late to change. You can start now. Can I? You can. I'm sure of it. Kaim is sure because he knows what it was like when both sides were a single country. It was a kindly nation, by no means rich. It was yet a happy country of compassionate people. I'm telling you, Yugino, people can change. If you say so. Look over there, Yugino. Look at those people enjoying themselves. Hesitantly, Yugino raises his head. Around the wall, a celebration is beginning. Young people are dancing, singing, toasting each other, engaging in conversation, and all of them used to be companions of Yugino's, who received the same education he did. No doubt the young people on the other side were similarly educated to hate. What do you see over there? Demons? Devils? Yugino shakes his head and lets his tightness go out of his shoulders. I'm beginning to wonder, Kaim. Why until now I've been so? Kaim pats him on the shoulder again to signal that he understands. People can change, he says. They can change from hating to loving, and from loving to hating. Yes, Kaim knows about that as well. He saw how such a wonderfully unified country was divided into at the end of the violent civil war. Don't change anymore, Kaim says. Not just to Yugino, but to all the smiling young people. A young girl hesitantly approaches Yugino. She is from the other side. She holds a plate full of cookies. Have some if you like, she says. I baked them this morning. The cookies are heart-shaped. Urged on by the smiling Kaim, Yugino reaches out for a cookie. His face bright red. Thanks, he says shyly and takes a bite of his cookie. Good? She asks. The Yaguna turns a deeper shade of red and says, delicious. White birds cut across the blue sky, from the other side to this side, from this side to the other side. The white birds sailed through the sky almost joyfully, as if to tell the people below, in the beginning, there were no borders. Okay. Interesting. Let me leave and come back. Nope, he's not there anymore, so. I can read the other story. Okay. Oh good, I dropped this old family heirloom of ours into the sewer by the accident. Don't think that matters much, it was really just a piece of junk anyway. Okay. So let me open up my notes, so... Hoorah. Basically the same thing. Can I go over here? Nope. A few more people to talk to. Okay. Okay, time to check the... I can't go this way, right? Okay. Time to check the buildings, and then we'll probably read that story that I skipped yesterday. The garbage dump is behind the inn, but he couldn't find it when he left. Boy, was he mad about that. It probably fell in some crack in the floor or something. Trash behind the inn of Aura? Treasure behind inn. Behind inn and trash. There we go. Those are good notes. Find a seabed near Crater Island. Okay. And this is the high notes. Okay. Go upstairs. Are you about to die, huh? That's something else. You don't need to be scared of anything because you can't be killed. All the while, people around you die. Is there something scares you? So is there anything that scares you? I mean, since nothing can kill you at all. I'll get 2 more people as we're done. Okay. That's the weapon shop, so we can go here. I spelled this wrong. There we go. Okay. Yep, we're gonna read another story time. So I have to go to the sewers, but probably go to Gungora's place first. We can check all the rooms. No one? This just leads to the outside, right? So... might as well. This is not the... this is not behind the inn. Same thing. I'll travel here later. I'll do this later. When I have to go through the sewers. I want to check Gungora's place first, but before we do that, we're gonna read a story. And I think it's a pretty long one too, so... So it's like something a soldier, if I believe. The old soldier's will. Okay. This is the one that I didn't read. So. Time spent the entire an old soldier's legacy. Hold on, let me redo this again. Let me get into the story. I was just looking at something really quick. Okay. An old soldier's will. So, an old soldier's legacy. Kime spent the entire summer surrounded by a fence that towered over him. He was trapped in a prisoner of war camp. It was a terrible mistake, not his, but the dim-witted, cowardly commander's. Kime was a mercenary attached to the man's regiment. They invaded the enemy's main port city when the officer miscalculated at the end and the unit's line of retreat was cut off. While the troops were prepared for an all-or-nothing charge, the commander almost casually opted for surrender. "Don't worry," he had said to his men before they were locked up. "Whatever happens now, the ultimate victory in this war will be ours. Instead of making a stand and dying for nothing, we'll be much better off if we just quietly let them take us as prisoners of war. We'll be liberated right away in any case." This made perfect sense, but the officer completely misread the feelings of the enemy on the brink of defeat. Having survived hundreds of battles, Kime knew better than anyone how people felt toward prisoners of war after the hated enemy had taken their lives of their friends and their loved ones and torched their hometowns. To the members of the platoon, at least, as they were preparing to enter the camp, he whispered, "You'd better forget about any rosy pictures. This could be worse than the battlefield." His words proved all too accurate. Life in the POW camp was bitterly harsh. Day after day, the men were forced to do backbreaking labor on a diet of scraps. The sick and injured went untreated and were not even allowed to rest. To collapse on the job was to die. Indeed, several of the prisoners died not by collapsing on the job, but from brutal beatings for minor infractions. Everyone with access to the camp, both the soldiers assigned to the guard duty and ordinary citizens with business there, looked upon the prisoners with hatred in their eyes. Some guards would wave swords at them and boast, "I can kill you bastards any time I like." And certain officers slaughtered one prisoner after another, disguising the killings as accidents. Uncertainty, fear, Even as they tormented the prisoners, such men were suffering the deaths of their families and friends in the war, and spending their days in fear of the coming invasion. The camp was a place ruled by hatred and revenge, but also a place shrouded in uncertainty and fear of the day when the captives would become their captors. This tense, complicated atmosphere ate away at the spirits of all, friend and foe alike. The horror of the way lay not only in the mutual killings of enemies clashing on the battlefield, but even more so in places such as this that were far from the front lines. Kime knew this with every bone in his body. A month passed after the platoon entered the POW. The enemy troops were thoroughly exhausted. The fall of the capital was said to be imminent. In spite, or because of that, life in the camp was worse than ever. The tasks assigned the prisoners were even crueler than before, and with their diet, which was meager enough to begin with, fell below the level needed to sustain life. The military guards bullied the prisoners as if for their own amusement, wounding them and mistreating them with fatal consequences. All kinds of civilians did their part too, hurling human waste over the fence into the camp. And even if secret stashes of food might be left for them, none of the prisoners dared eat them for fear they might be poisoned. Hatred climbed to unseen heights. To one prisoner who moaned, "Why are you doing this to us?" a guard spat out the answer, "It's just what your country is doing to us." And it was true. All the young men of the enemy country were being sent into battle, where most of them were being killed. Whole towns had been burned down and transformed into rubble. While the soldiers assigned to guard duty knew that defeat in the war itself was certain, they continued to be victors where the POWs were concerned. And while the captured soldiers believed in the victory of their fatherland and waited for the day when their comrades would rescue them, they continued to be vanquished among victors. The moans of the POWs could be heard throughout the camp. When is this war going to end? The war doesn't have to end. Just let them get us out of here. Have you been abandoned by the fatherland? Kime kept offering the same advice to them again and again. Be patient, he would say. Don't give up hope. Kime knew everything there was to know about war. And so he realized what was happening now. The Fatherland Supreme Commanders were trying to bring down the capital first, and leaving the fall of this military port city for later. The POWs had in fact been abandoned. The Commander-in-Chief would no doubt say, "For the sake of a great victory, we cannot let ourselves be concerned about a small setback." And he would be right. But precisely because he would be right, Kime could not convey this to the prisoners, who firmly believed that their side was trying their best to rescue them. One POW after another made plans to escape, and for every one of those, there was an informant who exposed their plan to the guards. Both types of prisoners had the same thing in mind: to save himself alone. No one could be trusted. There were even some informants who made up phony escape stories about perfectly innocent men just to put themselves in a better position with the guards. The only thing awaiting such traitors when the war finally ended would be the revenge of their comrades. As much as they understood this, all they could do was ingratiate themselves with the guards so as to secure their momentary safety. The fence was not the only thing surrounding the POWs. It was not just the bodies, but their minds had been taken captive. In addition to the ones who died from illness and injury, were increasing numbers of those who ended their own lives after a period of mental suffering. Be patient. Don't give up hope. Kime's words gradually ceased to make an impression on anyone. After the men had been prisoners of war for 2 months, a new guard took charge of Kime's barrack. In place of the young warrior who had been guarding them came an old soldier. His name was Jemmy. When he introduced himself to the men, he remarked with a grim smile, "Things must be getting pretty desperate if they're calling up an old goat like me." The young guard had been sent to the front lines. This probably meant that the battle for the capital had entered its final phase. "I tell you, this war is almost over. In another month, you young fellows will be on the other side of the fence, and will be locked in here. Our positions will be completely reversed." Jemmy needed no prompting from the POWs, and his voice contained none of the hate-filled agitation of the young guards. "All you fellows have to do is hang in there a little longer. Be patient, and not give up hope." His words are almost identical to Kime's, which meant that Jemmy, like Kime, had experienced many a battle over the years. We may be in different positions, but deep down we're the same. You men are unarmed prisoners, and will be under your control as soon as you come to occupy the country. I'm what you will be tomorrow, and you're what I will be tomorrow. I don't know how long we're going to go on like this, but if you stop and think about it, isn't it stupid for us to keep hating each other and snarling at each other? Let's at least try to get along. He twisted his wrinkled face into a big grin and laughed out loud. His smile deeply affected the mentally and physically exhausted men. Before they knew it, they were smiling too. This was the first carefree smile that any of them had managed since their capture, or rather, since their time on the battlefield. Jemmy's kindness was not limited to words. Of course, the change of a single guard was not enough to substantially improve the prisoners' treatment. The hard labor and meager food were the same as before, but Jemmy would speak to them with a real feeling. Sorry for working you so hard, but there aren't any young men left in this town to do the muscle work. We're not making you do these jobs to punish or discipline you, but because the town needs your help with these construction projects. I'm sorry, we can't give you anything decent to eat, I really am, but everybody outside the fence is starving too. We're all in this together, so try to put up with it. Jemmy would try to order somewhat easier jobs for prisoners who had taken ill, and he would sneak them extra food. That is the kind of guard he was. The prisoners started calling him Uncle Jemmy, and would even joke around with him sometimes. We'd be way better off if the other guards were like you, Uncle Jemmy, said one prisoner, to which Jemmy nodded sadly. I'll tell you what, Uncle Jemmy, said another prisoner. If I had known that there were people like you in this country, I never would have volunteered. I'm not forgetting my place as a POW, but let me shake your hand once. Jemmy allowed himself the faintest of smile at this and gave the man his hand. I think something, is he gonna betray him? You know something, Kime? Jemmy said, sitting down beside Kime during a break in the heavy lifting. It was a clear, beautiful day, but the sunlight pouring down on them had lost its midsummer glare. The season was shifting to autumn. I'd say you're a little different from these other young prisoners. Am I? I know you've seen your share of battles. I can smell it on you. Kime's only reply to Jemmy was a strained smile. Jemmy seemed to have known what Kime's response to his remark would be, and he wore the same kind of smile as he carried on the conversation. Why haven't you escaped? It would be easy for a man like you to break through the flimsy security they have here. You give me too much credit. You could make it by yourself, but taking everybody with you would be tough. Is that why you stayed? Kime gave him another strange smile, saying nothing. Jemmy was right. If he decided to escape on his own, it would be easy for him to climb over the fences. If, however, he managed to gain his freedom, the prisoners he left behind would be punished, or, at the very least, would have to live with increasingly harsh security measures. The young soldiers abandoned in the camp would feel only despair. If he was going to escape, it would have to mean getting everyone over the fence. Most of the others, however, were so wasted away that they were beginning to lose even the strength to go on living. Men like that could only be a drag on his own flight to freedom. You're a kind-hearted fellow, aren't you? Jemmy said. And you're a smart one too, I'll bet. What do you mean by that? Any soldier with as much experience as you has already seen the handwriting on the wall. The war is over. Another 3 days, maybe a week, and our side is going to announce a total surrender. Right now, we're just making our last stand out of sheer stubbornness. The second the war ends, you prisoners will go free, and we'll take your place. Yes, and? It'll just be a little longer. Really? All you have to do is hold on a little longer. You must know that as well as I do. So you're probably not even thinking of making the effort to escape. When Kime nodded, Jemmy smiled and said, That's fine. I'm just fed up as you are with all the pointless fighting and hatred. He looked up at the autumn sky, his profile marked by a number of deep wrinkles. On closer inspection, Kime realized that some of the wrinkles were scars left by sword cuts. Let me tell you something, Kime. Alright? Our country doesn't have the strength left to make it through another hard winter. I knew that when summer was still here. I see. I just wish we had given up sooner. Then there wouldn't have been so many young men killed in battle, and so many towns burned. Jamie released a deep sigh and added, "When this war is over, we're going to have to do whatever your country tells us to do. We can't complain if we're enslaved or tortured to death by the young men who are now our prisoners of war." Kaim could not assure him that would never happen. As a mercenary, he would just go off seeking a new employment when this war ended. But this was not true of the other prisoners of war. As the conquerors, they would now have peace. They would return to the lives they led before, but how many among them would be able to treat the vanquished people with kindness and respect? I think you'll know what I mean, Kaim. When I say you can be cruel as you like to us, old folks, when the fighting ends, but please, I'm begging you, be decent to the young men and to the women and to the children. Don't do anything to them that will make them hate your country. Otherwise, there'll just be another war sometime in the future. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, maybe even 100 years from now. I don't want any more of this. Countries fighting each other, people hating each other. It happened at that very moment. The violent ringing of a bell began to echo throughout the camp. It was the bell in the watchtower, signaling an emergency meeting of the guards. "Oh well, gotta go," Jemmy said, standing up. "Don't bother going back to work right away. Tell the other fellows everybody can have a little break." He took a few steps before turning to Kaim with a smile. Returning to say to Kaim with a smile, "You know, if we weren't enemies, I would have liked to have a drink with you sometime." That was the last Kaim saw Jemmy as a guard. The sun was overhead when Jemmy left, but he did not come back even after it had begun sinking in the west. The next time someone came into the enclosure, it was to the cheers of the POWs welcoming the arrival of their countrymen. "You're going to be alright now, men. The war is over. It's a huge victory for our side." Jamie's country had agreed to his total surrender. The guards assembled in the tower were stripped of their weapons, and anyone who resisted was killed on the spot. Get a move on there. Hurry up." The soldiers who, until a short time ago, had ruled the camp were herded into the enclosure with whips and under the threat of a drawn sword. The POWs who until only moments ago had been under their rule, now lined up to stare at their former guards, and before anyone knew it, the guards were being cursed and stoned. Hands tied, the soldiers could not ward off the stones, and before long, they were drenched in blood. Jemmy was among them. He stared at Kaim, blood gushing from his forehead. His eyes showed no hatred or resentment. He simply gave Kaim a little nod, looking straight at him as if to say, "Remember what I asked you to do." Kaim shouted to the men surrounding these new prisoners, Stop it. They've surrendered, leave them alone." But liberated from the fear of death and from days of humiliation, his young comrades, wild-eyed and screaming like animals, went on stoning their former guards. "Can't you see who this is? It's Uncle Jemmy. Stop it." One of the soldiers gave him a contemptuous snort and all but spit out the words, "The old bastard was just sucking up to us for when our side won." Another soldier, the young man who had asked to shake Jemmy's hand that day, shouted he might act like a good guy, but an enemy's an enemy. And besides, he's just some old geezer from a country we pounded into the dirt. He threw another stone at Jemmy. Kaim's shouts did no good. He started grabbing the hands that were readying to hurl the stones and smashing people in the face. But no one would listen to him. The commander of the troops that had galloped to the rescue just grinned and said, Good. Get it out of your system. and he handed swords to the unarmed men. Kill them all, and raise some victory cries while you're at it. Think of the humiliation you endured as prisoners. Now's the time to get even. No, stop it, Kaim shouted. The war is over. Wait, I know you. You're a mercenary. You're just spouting a lot of nonsense. A few good sword thrusts could shut that mouth of yours. The commander's aides took this as a signal to surround Kaim. Don't waste your time on him, men. Warriors of our beloved fatherland. Kill these soldiers first, and then we can attack the town. Set fires, take the women, we won this war. This town, this country, everything belongs to us now. The commander laughed out loud, but in the next moment, his smile turned into a grimace. His aides were falling to the ground. Kaim had grabbed a sword from one of them, and now it flashed in his hand. Traitor, somebody take him down. Kaim swung around and started for Jemmy. But it was too late. The soldiers were already slashing wildly at the former guards, who had no means to defend themselves. Standing amid the hellish scene of human butchery, Kaim saw it already. The old soldier, who had been kind because he knew all too well the link between war and hatred, fell to the ground without uttering a word, a hateful blade thrust into his back. Kaim made a break for the camp gate. He ran for all he was worth, a soundless roar reverberating inside him. Why did people have to hate each other so? Why did people have to fight each other so? And why was it impossible for people to stop fighting and stop hating? He did not know the answers to these questions. Saddened and frustrated by his own incomprehension, Kaim ran at full speed through the rubble of the town. A 100 years passed by. Is like another war, started? This is it, Kaim, the commander says with a smile. I am enormously grateful for the magnificent job you've done. You can name your own reward when this war is over. The last great offensive is about to begin. This should bring the war to a close. It has taken 100 years. Oh, it took 100 years. After all these long years as a vassal state, the country that lost the war the year Kaim was a prisoner has raised its banner against the ruling power under which it endured such suffering in the last war. The defeated country has spent 100 years nurturing its hatred for the ruling power, passing the hatred down from parent to child to grandchild. The country that won the war 100 years ago was too filled with a ruler's arrogance and insensitivity to notice what was happening. The only things that it had handed down from parent to child to grandchild are the scorn and contempt for the inferior country under its sway. This war ends with almost disappointing ease. The results are the exact opposite of the war 100 years earlier. No one knows on which side the goddess of victory will smile if yet another war occurs 100 years from now. Alright, Kaim, name your reward. Kaim answers the commander's question softly. I don't need a thing. Why not? It's true that you're a mercenary, but you far outdid the regular troops. Our country wants to show its appreciation for your efforts. If that's how you really feel, I'd like you to promise me one thing. What's that? Don't make your enemy hate you. What are you talking about? I'm talking about treating the people of the defeated country with kindness and respect. A shocked expression on his face, the commander laughs and says, Aren't you the soft-hearted one? Kaim, however, is deadly serious. This is the legacy an old man from your own country left me 100 years ago. Enough, says the commander, still looking shocked, dismissed. Kaim himself has no hope that Jemmy's legacy will be fulfilled. The 100-year journey he has taken since that fateful day in the camp has shown him only the selfishness and stupidity of the human race. It will be the same from here on out as well. Indeed. Nothing has changed since long before he met Jemmy. And yet, back at his post, Kaim grips his sword and holds his breath. It will change someday. They will see someday. I want to believe that. Unless I believe it, I can't go on with my endless journey. You know what I mean? Don't you, Uncle Jemmy? Oh jeez. Eyes closed, he can see Jemmy's face smiling sadly. The order goes out to the entire assembled force. Charge. Within the rising clouds of dust, Kaim grips his sword and starts to run. It's a repeated cycle. Okay. So we'll save it there. Because we did a lot of like story lore. And lore about Kaim's past, so. Okay, I'm gonna start the 3-minute ad. I'll be back. Be back in 3 minutes. Okay, we have a minute left, but I'm just going to continue on. So, yep. Okay. So yeah, so I'll check that later. Okay, it's over here. Anyone in the park? Yeah, there's people at the park. Are you Lieutenant Argonar? It's been a while, hasn't it? How's it feel to see your master on the throne? I warned them time and again that Gongora was a danger to Ura. Now that he's king, though, it hardly matters what I say. It would certainly take nothing short of an immortal to defeat a grand staff wielding Gongora. Indeed, even an immortal may find the task too difficult to achieve, I fear. I may not be able to offer any physical support. I hope this helps you in some small way. Oh, pretty cool. To avail, Gongora always supported the monarchic government, but the former king Zypha transferred power to the council. But then Chairman Roxian died suddenly, and now I wonder if Zypha was an anti-monarchist who wanted to build on our republic, and he also died suddenly after stepping down. But I hardly believe that crowning Gongora as king is the best thing for our nation. Indeed, I fear for our land's future under his hand. Something must be done to stop Gongora, or else I'll suffer the consequences. Okay. Some little lore right there. Anything here? This is where King Igor lived before ascending to the throne. He's gone now, of course, and the place seems to be empty. I suppose there's no stopping you from trying to get in. Well, go ahead. You guys aren't just another bunch of tourists after all. I'm sure you can hold your own against whatever you run into. Okay. Is there monsters here? Okay, I think that's where I'm supposed to go. But let's check everywhere here first. I think I have to go up the elevator. Can you go in here? I don't think I could do anything here. Let's go up the elevator, because I think that's how we get to Gongora. The study. Yeah, I haven't been here, so... Oh, treasure chest. Four stone beast fangs. I see this. Power drink. I'll take that. Oh, I could read stuff. First experiment inconclusive. Further experimentation required. Second experiment still inconclusive. The research lab is unsuitable for this work due to the noise affecting the magic energy measurements. A path was discovered leading underground to an odd location. With the proper setup, it may find use of an experimental lab. An accidental magic discharge occurred during the experimentation. Indoor experimentation has been indefinitely postponed due to the danger involved. Some material loss recorded after the post-accident investigation is believed to have fallen through the waste vents. Confirmation via valve release postponed due to possible effects on other experiments. All indoor experiments cancelled. Experiment 221 classified as failure. Did I even see that shining? Is there something else to read here? Or does he... I go straight to that, okay. I can see a treasure right here, right? 3 magic storing stones? Yeah. What's this? What's this thing? It's a magic device that can record thoughts. Gangora probably used it to record his research. Shall we check what's inside?
Ooh. Eternity is amazing. Do not have fear of death. As long as I am in this world, I am immortal, akin to a god. I am this world's time and history in one person. However, to remain so, I must destroy the Tower of Mirrors. But if I do, it will break the link to the power of my home world. And I will lose the magic energy in this world. If that happens, my immortality will be swept along in the flow of time.
Okay, interesting.
I need to create a magic energy engine in this world to replace the Tower of Mirrors. An engine would stamp out the interference from my whole world and give me access to even more magic energy here. First, I must establish a power base to ensure that this world runs according to my will, the royal house of Ura. I can position myself into that house to gain power and manipulate the people. With that power and the magic energy, my place as a god shall be guaranteed!
It's so annoying. What the heck does that Gangora guy want to do? The throne of the gods. Does he believe such a thing actually exists? He probably does. That's why he completed the Grand Staff, even if it meant becoming King of Ura first. We got another book. An overview of magic energy. Preface. 30 years ago, a new form of energy, magic energy, suddenly began to flow into this world. Magic has always been known to exist in minute quantities within all forms of matter, but why it multiplied so quickly remains a mystery to all. Magic energy continues to alter every aspect of human life, industry, and even the ways wars are waged. The most fascinating aspect of this energy lies in the revolutionary change it has brought, but in the power itself, which is deeply connected with the hidden secrets of this world. It is generally accepted that magic energy exists within all of us. The sorcerers who have learned to harness this power, however, would have serious qualms about that explanation. To them, the world itself is but a mere shadow, compared to the overwhelming importance of a magic energy. Magic energy has afforded us a new perspective on our existence, but when the full extent of its presence is finally understood, an inevitable question will arise. Is our insignificant world really the appropriate place to contain such an overwhelming amount of power? Can I examine this again? No, it just goes straight over there. Okay. Yeah, you can't do anything there. So you just go back down. Let's go over here. Let's save. I want to save. Yes, I would like to save. Okay, let's go to the outside. Oh. There we go. Yep, we got the seal right here. Royal seal broken. Okay. And then let me equip these guys with. Oh, HP max +2. Interesting. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll just pass this down. No, screw it, let's do it. So we only have 3 things. Maybe I should write that down so I know. That's fine. I can just rotate it around. Okay, what's in here? Ooh, secret cave. Okay. Is there enemies here? I'm assuming there's like enemies. Yep.
I'm always ready.
Oh, these guys, okay. We had to put petrify on. So dizzy and petrified.
Only the strong survive.
Kind of learned to evade up. Did I equip it? Nope, there it is. And you learned this, right? So and have Cook heal everyone. Good job. It's over here. Oh, hello. Fluoresce. Nice. What's this? No idea what that did. Over here. 5,000 G. I'll take it.
Let your guard down, eh?
Let me do this.
Dark power of death. Come true!
That was weird.
Okay.
Gotta get her to execute. This is not a bad place to
Wasn't even near my level.
level grind. Time Seth. Okay, then we move everything to the right. And you go this, and you get the Texas Scrooge, you get Winter. Right, and then skill. We got HP plus 2. And might as well just use Petrify for now. Defense boost, just to put on Petrify for now. Petrify. And Ming. Skill link. Okay, you're almost there. You're almost there. Okay. Heal. Cook, you know what to do. Okay. I don't know what I have to do here. I'm turning all those off for some reason. Jump across. Why not? What's that? Okay. Oh, hello. Take that. Oh, what's this? Seed. Nice. This. Okay. What's this? Oh, ground to spawn, okay. Okay, let me see. Let's go this way first. Okay, so just one item to pick up. 6 magic crystals. We take those. Can I do anything with this? Oh, I do.
Don't overdo it!
Here!
Death calls to you. You must answer! Dog power of death. Come down!
see your face again.
Okay, Sarah learned that, so you pass it on to you. Okay, cook, do what you do. Heal. Why not petrify? Keep the double gold I don't need. Petrify do. Okay. Magical lock key. Okay.
Are we trapped?
You know you get scared way too much, Shorty.
Yeah, well, you look scared too.
Oh, very clever. Funny. Yeah. What is your What are you hiding behind your mama?
Wait, what did you just say?
Okay, okay. If we go against each other, we play right into Gongora's hands.
It looks like something's happening. Be on guard.
Okay, we're fighting.
Oh, come on, give me a break.
Oh, creepy. A backyard weekly. These guys are not weak to anything, so let's see how they handle this. In the meantime, concentrate. Okay, let me physical attacks, I guess. Seth, Sarah, Ming. Okay, so we're done with that. So we're done with come on, thing, wind charm, toughness breach. So you get the toughness breach now, and you get the wind charm. So level 40. Okay, he's not level 40 yet. So. Double item is actually not bad. So, auto barrier. Okay. Hope I see that. Pendulum. Oh, there's something here. I guess we kick this. What could this be? Something of Gungora's, possibly, given that it's hidden in a place like this? Let's check it out. Maybe we can find what he's been up to in the 30 years we've been lost.
I have been sent on a mission. I'm not from this world. However, I've been sent to investigate this world. I have teleported across time and space. My consciousness continued even after I took on a physical form, and remains to this day. My home world and this world, for some reason, the two worlds seem to be linked on the same axis across space and time. Our world was becoming extremely unstable. Reports have begun to circulate that it would collapse. We believe this to be caused by interference from another world. This world, that was on the same axis as ours. Our pure and tarnished world was being warped and distorted by some unknown force, not unlike a virus distorting a living being. Over the course of time, we realized that this virus could well be a soul or spirit. The interference from that other world was from the souls of its inhabitants. They were producing some form of energy that was distorting our world. Why did it have such an influence? To understand the cause of this phenomenon, to study this interference, we established a quantum teleporter, a means to send our consciousness to this other world. And so we came to investigate. Including myself, there are 5 investigators. The others are Kain Marganar, Seth Balnar, Ming Numara, and Sarah Sisselart. We arrived here without memories of our home world, and now live among the native inhabitants of this world while we carry out our mission. 1,000 years was chosen as a time frame sufficient to develop a deep understanding of this world's inhabitants. The way we arrived, with our memories locked away, has allowed us to become like the people we now live among. However, I awoke to the memory of this mission some days ago. I am leaving this recording so that this world may know that I existed. Given that time flows differently on the two worlds, we shall appear to neither age nor die on this world. The 1,000 years of our investigation is equivalent to the passing of only a single year in our home world.
Oh, so like every year? So we age 1 year every 1,000 years.
With the difference in the flow of time, we live much longer lives than those around us. By immersing ourselves in the history, culture, thoughts, and habits of this world, we succeeded in gathering detailed data. We will transmit our experiences to our home world in the hopes that it will give us the means of saving it. An unexpected result of our mission is that the Tower of Mirrors is causing a variety of odd changes in the natural order of this world. Wild animals run amok, and there are many sightings of monstrous creatures. The natural magic energy of this world has changed. This may in fact be a blessing. Magic energy has dramatically improved the lives of these people. When our consciousness was reconstituted within our new bodies, there was a resonance with the magic energy. The possibility that our existence has imparted even greater strength to this world's magic energy is very likely. We have seen much in our 1,000 years here, which brings us to the true nature of the virus. The lives and history of the people here are extremely ordinary, and we have seen many dynasties rise to power and fall again into oblivion, as if they were nothing but trivial occurrences. And yet the existence of the virus on our world shows that the events of this world had a tremendous impact, making a history that will never be recorded in any book here. There are feelings that dominate the minds of the people of this world. Their hopes and desires, their love and their hatred, their very lives and deaths. The events that bring fear or happiness to their every moment. All of these resulted in massive waves of something that interfered with our home world. The hearts and minds of the people is what moves this world. At certain times, this was evident by the feelings of affection toward others. At other times, it was shown by the unrestrained drive to satisfy a great ambition. In the time we have lived among the people of this world, we have realized that these feelings, previously unknown to us, profoundly affect them. And the effects of these feelings are causing the massive energy waves that are affecting our home world. From our standpoint, these feelings are simply a virus. But in the course of 1,000 years, we have found them to be a very seductive virus. While here in this world, I have been infected by the virus of feeling and have consequently attained powerful magic energy. To abandon this would be grievous and painful. To even think this way shows how deeply the virus has infected me. But the virus's seduction has been quite satisfying, and it still is.
Okay, I guess the virus made him become evil. A virus that works on people's emotions. I never thought about it that way, but you may be right in a way. Gangora did that? Come on, don't let him pull the wool over your eyes. He's gonna use that to take over the world. I know. I'm not about to let Gangora abuse everything I hold dear for my own cruel ambitions. Okay. Something right here? Right here. Demon King's Horn, Demon King's Ring. Okay. Is this for Jansen? I think it might be for Jansen. Can I kick from here? Oh, I can kick that thing. I guess that's it. We just leave, I guess. Let's see if we can open this. Oh, okay. I'm assuming this leads to the top? Okay. Okay, so now this is available. Okay. Okay, we're almost done with Ura. So that's a place where you can kind of like level up a little bit. I'll get it off stream. Okay. Well, there's nothing there, right? So I need to check behind the pin, and might as well just make sure there's no vibration. Okay. Pull up my notes, and how many more till the ad break? I get 12 minutes, okay. So I have to go in the sewers and check behind the inn. We can do that now. I don't think there's anyone here. But it won't stop me from just checking everything again. I mean, why would anyone fight us right here? Just thinking about it. Yeah, because I have to get back to the sewers and check behind the inn. Oh, might as well just hit this. There's something there. Is there something there? I don't think I missed the ladder. No. Yeah, there should be no enemies around here. I think that's where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, it took a little bit of time to finish, but it's okay. I still need to go to like Goats and oh, Salmon. We could probably visit Salmon. So nothing up here. Okay, might as well save. We haven't saved in a while. Well, we're gonna go through all the sewers, so. Okay, I think there should be something over here. Yep, okay. It's over here. There it is. Okay, so I got this. Treasure behind the inn. I'll erase that. And then there's one more in the sewers. So we go in here. And then... Oh, it's close by. Where is it? Like right here. Okay. Scroll of secret skills. Scroll of secret skills. Based on currently equipped skills. Okay, so done with that. Yeah, nothing else in the sewers though. Yeah, I think we're good. Let me check treasures. In the mansion courtyard. Okay. Your crater island. Oh, Sea of Boss. Okay. Maybe we could focus on those. Oh, there's one more place we have to go though. Which is like the castle. The castle area. And then we'll be officially done with Ura. We'll take the train over there. Or the... yeah. I think it's called the magic train. Yeah, I did go that way. Okay, we take this train to the castle. I haven't talked to everyone inside this place, so that's what we're gonna do. I wonder if any one of them is gonna lead me on a treasure hunt. Yeah, so I haven't been here. Says trouble you don't know anything either. Well, actually, there's an old man who was injured from the magic beast crash. He was injured when the magic beast crashed the coronation ceremony for King Gongora. Anyway, his injuries are slowly getting better, but he is still not well enough to speak, so I haven't been able to find what his name is or where he lives. I did hear him mutter something that sounds like the name of a place, but it must be some random small village or something, because not even the agents at the station know of it when I ask. It doesn't bother me to wait until he can speak on his own, but I want to do something for him at a time like this. If only I could somehow contact his family. Oh, there we go. Ah, that's him. That's the man in my house. You said his son came looking for him? Please, by all means, give my address to his son. I've got to run home and tell his father the good news.
A shining future awaits us. Think back with me to our precious country as it was just a few dozen years ago. Before the magic industrial revolution, our streets were dark. There was barely food to put on our plates, and there was no progress, no
What's it called?
to enrich in our lives. You may have all
Like missing people's thing?
but in truth, they were dark, trying times, and no point in Ura's walls
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
such peace and happiness as they do today. No one can dispute the fact that the magic industrial revolution has brought about the great affluence we are now blessed with. Of course, it can't be said there are dangers that come with the spread of magic. The intensifying strife between nations is one. But fear not, for we have already acquired the almighty Grand Staff. The nation of Gulsa, with its ambitions of invading our great land, has crumbled, and even Flora, land of the immortal
Okay.
has halted its attack.
I already talked to everyone here.
A new era of peace is upon us. No one can take away what we have. I
Let me talk to everyone again.
Take my hand and walk with me.
Glad to know he's alright.
Bright future that awaits our blessed motherland.
Oh no, that's something else. Okay.
People of Ura, a shining future awaits us. Think back with me to our precious country as it was just a few dozen years ago. Before the magic industrial revolution, our streets were dark. There was barely food to put on our plates, and there was no progress, no surprises to enrich in our lives. You may have fond memories of the past, but in truth, they were dark, trying times, and no point in prolonged history. Such peace and happiness as they do today. No one can dispute the fact that the magic industrial revolution has brought about the great affluence we are now blessed with. Of course, it can't be said there are dangers that come with the spread of magic. The intensifying strife between nations is one. But fear not, for we have already acquired the almighty Grand Staff. The nation of Gulsa, with its ambitions of invading our great land, has crumbled, and even Flora, land of the immortal queen, has halted its attacks. Thanks to the Grand Staff, a new era of peace is upon us. No one can take away what we have. My beloved citizens, you all deserve to live the prosperous life the Grand Staff has granted us. I, Gungora, would not hesitate to lay my life down to preserve and
I hear one of the royal seals lies in Crimson Forest in Namara, home of the 1,000-year-old queen. A king must be aware of the purpose behind every fierce battle he wages. Okay, so he just gives us hints on where the seals are. I don't think there's any reason to go back here. This is like the where we got the story or the dream. I think this is the guy, the missing person guy. Oh, nice of him. Oh, he's injured. I'm glad someone was kind enough to take care of him. I'll go visit him right away. You've been such a help to me. Allow me to give you a small token of my appreciation. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, there was something that I saw here that we have to do, and then I think we'll be officially done in this place. Inside the castle, I don't think there's anything here. But no problem, you know, taking a look around. This is a good place to have something. I think I did this last stream too, just roaming around. Back here, right? Oh. I'm assuming there's like some sort of treasure here, probably in the future. Probably in the future. Okay, let me check over here. Because there is a crest outside. From what I remember last stream. Yep, nothing out here. Just rubble. I think I fully checked this out too, but you know, you can never be too sure. Can't go over there, but there is something here, right? Yeah, right here. Here it is. There's something right here. It's my father's handwriting. Follow my footsteps and unlock my will. Okay, so I think this is the last one that we have to unlock then. Okay. Nope, nothing. Okay, so we're done with Ura. Ura. Yeah, nothing in the middle, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're done. So yeah, so we have like an hour left. I don't want to do like a big town. So maybe Salmon? Oh, he said something at Sea of Boss, right? There's a treasure at Sea of Boss. We could go through here. Let's Sea of Boss. There's a treasure here. Damn it, the brick has been washed away. Now you'll never make it to the... You'll never make it. We are the ones who made the Grand Staff. But with the sea as well as this, we can't get anywhere near it. It's just right there in front of our eyes. Is there something here? I thought there was something here at Sea of Boss. Okay, I guess I can't do anything here. Okay, fine. Oh, this is not a big place too. We could check this place out too. Yeah. Because not a lot of people are here. Grand Staff Construction Base. Yeah, this is not that big of a place, so... What a conundrum, something's out of alignment with the dynamo, but most of the technicians are already gone, so there's no one left to repair. What to do, what to do. I can leave? I can't move. So apparently someone needs to repair this. Look at that dynamo, the magic engine's pendulum has stopped, so the limiter isn't working anymore. Now it's a custom-built engine, so we can't repair it ourselves. What's worse, all of our trained technicians have pulled out of the base. If something isn't done soon, not only will the dynamo be destroyed, the magic energy in the area could catalyze into a runaway reaction. A runaway reaction? That's bad, right? Cool your jets. We just need to get the pendulum moving again, right? You can do that, Seth? Of course I can. Here, let me have a look. You did it. The power's back online, so the limiter's working again. Thank you so much for helping us. I don't know if this will make up for it, but please, take this. I'll take it. Okay, let's go here. Anyone over here? No, this is No one's here anymore. I opened up the shortcut, so we got the little bunny guy. No one's over here. Excuse me. Okay, I guess we'll go in here. Oh, I'm resting, I guess. But this is a perfect time to do the ad break. So I'll be right back in 3 minutes. Okay, I'm just gonna play. There's a store here. I think going up to 50 is good. I'll do 7. Not even the black market can get me what I need. And why am I using this pathetic little magic capsule? It's simply too weak. I need at least 30 times more output from my equipment to work. For that, I asked them for 30 magic capsules, and now they want to cancel my project. Fools. Those idiots haven't the slightest idea of how magic research works. It's just a rumor, but I've been told that King Gangora has developed a special kind of magic capsule that has more than 10 times the output of the normal capsule. If I can get my hands on just 3 of those things, I could continue my research. Those capsules have got to be in Gangora's old mansion. How about it? Would you like to contribute to this important project of mine? Okay. If only I could get my hands on those magic capsules in King Gangora's mansion. Okay, we're gonna go back to Ura. Guess I'm not done. Okay, we checked the Sea of Boss. We checked, oh, they're no longer there. Okay. Let me just double check everything. Let's make sure there's no one here. Because everything has changed since I went to... okay. If anything, there's like only like 2-3 more people. Okay, good backtracking. Yeah. Okay. Nope, but it sounds dangerous. Oh, you've come at a good time. Could you help us with our magic research? It won't be anything too difficult. Essentially, we need to take the magic gauge here and set it up near the magic locations up of the world. One such location lies on top of Epsilon Mountains in the Black Cave. Okay, so hold on. I have to go there. I have to take out my notes. Okay. Epsilon Mountain. Mountain. Other locations are said to be inside the Black Cave by the frozen entrance to the Ice Canyon. Okay. Black Cave. Frozen. Entrance of to Ice Canyon in Gotsa. Gotsa. In the ruins of ancient Eastern tribe. Magic locations are areas where magic energy settles in high concentrations. You'll find them right away with the gauge. Once you do, just drop the gauge there and you're done. You'll be rewarded for your efforts, of course. Are you interested? Sure. Thank you very much. This will be a major breakthrough in our magic research. Here's your gauge. Let me know how you do. So 4 magic gauges, okay? So Epsilon, Black Cave, Gotsa, and Ruins. Or magic gauges. Mission got from construction base. Construction base. Why does this... Did I misspell it? I'm missing this. There you go. Okay. Let me go back. Okay, so we're done with this place. Can I do anything in the back there? Okay, I already read all that. Okay, we're gonna go back to Ura though. Yeah, if I at least I did all this except for the mountains. Probably do the mountains. Go back to Ura. I have to go to Gingora's place. Refresh my alerts on people. Okay, some people that I was lurking in ended stream, so. Okay. So I have to try to find 3 in, I guess, in Gora's place. And then probably do Epsilon Mountains too, kind of finish it off. I thought I could do Salmon, but... Oh, hello. Magic capsule. Okay, I'm just gonna keep an eye out for stuff. Okay, there's a reason to go on the right side. Oh, hello. Okay, so I need one more. Maybe it's like on his if it's not there. I don't think it's gonna be in a random, like in the little pathway where that royal seal after we broke that led to the little cave. I don't think it'll be like randomly there. I think it's gonna be in certain rooms. So it could be outside, like in the courtyard, or it could be upstairs, or maybe downstairs. We'll check upstairs first. And then we'll go to Epsilon Mountains because I have to at least take care of that. Anything? I don't see anything shining. It's probably here. It has to be here. If not, then I can just walk my way back. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere here. Man, it will be a pain if it's on here. Then I have to check every corner of this place. Oh, hello. We're done. It's 3, right? Yeah, because I would have seen that. That was shining bright. So I guess I had to unlock that little side quest first before I'm able to collect these. It would have been nice if I was able to collect them before, but guess not. Was there a seal in Epsilon Mountain? I think there was. I think there was a royal seal. So we'll return to... It's in construction, right? Yeah, it's construction. Okay, unless there's like another treasure hunt that tells me to go here specifically. I think we might be done with Ura. Ura? Oh, or if I find like another music box. Because we don't have access to Nomura, so... I guess that's why they moved the music box guy into Ura. Okay, and we'll go through Epsilon Mountains. I think I can go from the north, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. So I think he was in here. Over here. Should be here. Was it this guy? Yes, completion is in sight. My most sincere thanks for your part in the greatest research project. Here's your reward. Take it. Okay. I must now begin the experiment immediately. Farewell for now. Okay, not worth it, but what can you do? Now we save, because it's definitely been a while. How long ago was my last save? If it's been like close to an hour, then I'll probably save in a new spot. If not, then yep, it's almost been an hour or so. Okay, I guess we're gonna go through Epsilon Mountains, I guess. Yeah, we'll go through Epsilon Mountains. South. This might be the last time we do. This, or maybe we do go to Salmon. Okay, no, let's go north. Yeah, because we have Tosca Village, Old Sorceress Mansion. It's not that much, actually. Yeah, Burning Limestone, we don't have to do Crash Magic Site, we already did that. Refugee Camp, Gotsa, City of Salmon. In Tosca, okay. And Gotsa, yeah, Gotsa's not that big anymore, so... Oops, sorry. Let me use the bathroom really quick. Be right back. Okay. Let's continue on. Since these are new areas, there's only one section. I think there is a seal here. Valley Road. I know it's like to the right somewhere. Oh. Ooh, look, a tree. Oh, it's a dream. Okay. Kime recalls a memory that was locked deep within his heart. A dream has been revealed. Okay, what's this one called? A chorus of cicadas, cicadas, cicadas. This forest is home to a priceless treasure. A marvelous and exceedingly rare creature lives here. You could search the entire continent and never find another such habitat. Of course, the value of our treasure is not apparent at first glance. The village elder holds a cup of liquor made from fermented berries as he speaks. His ancestors have kept watch over the tiny village for generations. It is summer, and the mass cries of millions cicadas pour down upon the small fort that guards the entrance to the village. The chorus of insects sounds like a steady rain. I wonder if the gentlemen understand what I mean. The elder scans the dozens or so powerfully built men gathered at the fort. All of them wear a look of puzzlement, all but one. That is. Is that Kime? You said your name was Kime, asked one of the villagers. You seem to know what he's talking about. Kime nods and points upward. It's a cicadas. Yeah, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. He says. A stir goes through the villagers. With a delighted smile, the elder says, So, you know, do you? Far from delighted, the men in armor share suspicious glances. All are mercenaries. They have been hired by the villagers to protect the forest's treasure. Hey, wait a second there, rumbles the voice of one soldier. Perhaps emboldened by the liquor, are you telling me this treasure we're supposed to protect us is just cicadas? What's so special about them? They're everywhere. That is true, says the elder. Which is why I said the value of our treasure is not obvious at first glance. You sound like just like any cicadas I've ever heard. Another of the mercenaries says with a look of amazement, "Yeah, how is this chorus of cicadas different from any other? They sound just like the ones in my hometown." The other soldiers laugh in agreement. "Absolutely," says no one. "No different," says another. The elder and the villagers, however, are not amused. They turn to Kaim as the elder asks him, "Will you help us to protect our treasure?" "That is what I'm here to do," he replies. "Tell me again, Kaim, do you really know the meaning of the treasure of the forest?" "I do." "Then let me ask you this. Do you know when this summer's battle will bear fruit?" Kaim takes a sip of his liquor, releases a long, slow breath, and says, "It's in 75 years. We're fighting for the summer 75 years from now." "Is that what you mean?" Another stir goes through the group of villagers. The elder, with a great look of satisfaction, nods deeply and refills Kaim's cup. To the stunned mercenaries, the elder says, "We have protected our cicada chorus generations after generation. The ones who made it possible for us to hear the summer's chorus. Listen, it sounds like pouring rain again. And the villagers who were grown up men 75 years ago, when I was just a boy. The chorus that shook the forest last summer was protected 76 years ago, and the next summer the cicadas protected 74 years ago will start singing and singing together. This is how we have protected the forest cicadas over the years. Do you gentlemen now see how much it means to us? It is a matter of simple arithmetic. After the eggs are buried in the ground, the cicadas that live in the forest spend 75 long years in the larval stage. At last, in the summer of their 75th year, they become mature insects, come out of the ground, and sing like mad in the treetops for the short week or two they remain alive. Just before they die, they come down from the trees, mate, and bury their eggs in the ground. The new crop of eggs then spend another 75 years in the earth. That's weird, like lifespan. You are in the egg stage for 75 years. You get born for like 2 weeks, you said? Yeah, for like 2 weeks. You live for 2 weeks, you mate, bury the seeds, bury the eggs underground, and repeat. The fact that we can hear the cicada chorus this summer means only one thing. The forest was at peace 75 years ago. Similarly, in the forest remains at peace this summer, the villagers will be able to hear the chorus 75 years from now. We have used what little money we have to pay you gentlemen to assemble here for this, to make the forest resound with the cicada chorus in 75 years. All the mercenaries but Kaim openly show their disappointment. "Wait just a second now, Grandpa," says one of the soldiers standing ramrod straight. "You mean to say we're supposed to risk our lives to protect a bunch of bugs?" "Exactly. And even supposing we succeed in what we risk our lives for now, the results won't show up for 75 years. That's precisely what I mean." "Come on, old man, you must be kidding. If it were money or valuables, that would be one thing, but we might lose our lives here. And for what? Bugs?" "Well, you are mercenaries after all." "Okay now, Grandpa, I'm going to ask you one last time. I know this village is poor, and I know you people have had to scrimp and save to put this money together. There's no question about that, but when you say this is for bugs, for 75 years from now, you're not living in the same world I'm living in. For something like that, you're willing to spend every last bit of money you've got and, in the bargain, get us to gamble our lives? Are you insane? We want the children 75 years from now to hear the cicada chorus for themselves. What's so strange about that? Now we have the trouble of understanding you. Don't toy with me, old man. Oh, that kind of scared me. I can't take the job like that. The man shouts and storms out of the fort. Some of the other mercenaries call out to him, "Hey, wait for me. I'm coming with you. Risk our lives for bugs? What a rotten deal that is." And they hurry after him. One man after another disappears with a parting remark. "I'm keeping my advance, though." Several of them add. The only fighter left in the fort is Kaim. Oh, the bug is falling. What are they protecting it from, though? Like, are they protecting it from, like, predators, or from, like, Mother Nature? And if that's the case, then what's gonna stop them from getting the eggs from, like, 3 years from now? Guess we'll find out. The downpour of cicada cries continues unabated. The whole forest sounds like one gigantic creature. Young man is working the lookout post at the fort in his place of the departed mercenaries. Oh, one young man. He asked Kaim, "Are you alright with this?" "I'm fine. I knew what I was getting myself into. I heard after they left, those men are a bad bunch." It's true. They're really in it for what they can get after the job is done. They're fine until they finish protecting the village from the enemy. Then they start asking for bonuses. They grab valuables and harass villagers. "We saved the village for you, right? It wouldn't hurt you to give us a little extra," they say. The reason this year's mercenaries quit is because they realized there was no hope of any bonuses out of this village. "Why did you stay, Kaim?" the young man asked him. There must have been a lot of jobs that would have paid you more. I just thought it wouldn't be a bad idea to risk my life for something 75 years in the future for a change. That's all." The young man nods his head thoughtfully. Then he asks Kaim one of the old stories of the village. "Long, long ago, way before I was born, when the elder was still a boy, there was a summer when the cicadas didn't sing at all. Of course, this means that 75 years before that, there was a battle that ravaged the forest. The elder says the summer forest without the cicada chorus was so sad and lonely, it was horrifying. It actually gave him the chills. The trees themselves were alive, but it felt as if the whole forest had died. Sitting alone in the silent forest, he felt so lonely he wanted to cry. And worse, he felt intense anger towards our ancestors for not having protected the forest 75 years earlier. The elder tells this story whenever he had a little too much to drink. I'm assuming that he was the little kid that experienced the silence of the forest. Kaim nods in silence. "I know all about that," he almost let himself say, but he swallows his words and smiles instead. The young man goes on. "So, anyhow, when the elder was sitting and crying in the forest, he says a traveler came along. A young man, big and strong, a man like you, Kaim. And he said to the elder, 'Don't ever forget how sad and lonely you are today. When you grow up, make sure you never let the children who will come 75 years later, or after you feel this way.' The elder says he doesn't remember the man's face, but he will never forget his words. He tells the story to the young people of the village over and over." Kaim nods again, saying nothing, but the skin of his back seems to creep beneath his shirt. 'Cause he was that guy. All these years the elder has kept the promise he made to that traveler. No matter how much the merchants might have pressed him, he has never let them do anything that will ruin the forest. He has kept on good terms with the neighboring villages to avoid making enemies. He has sometimes entered into dealing that were not to our advantage and lost many chances for us to make money. This is why the village is still so poor. The young man gives a deprecating chuckle. Still, not one person in the village resents the elder for what he has done. The village kids have always gone into the forest to bathe themselves in the shower of the cicada chorus. That's just how we grew up. We took it for granted. We all feel nothing but gratitude towards the elder, and all the ancestors who came before him, who have enabled us to hear the cicada chorus every year. Kaim says nothing in reply, but he begins to savor the creeping feeling across his back. He brings to mind the face of the young boy he met so long ago, more than 80 years ago. Why aren't the cicadas singing? The boy sobbed. Why is there not even one cicada this year? Why did our ancestors burn down the forest back then? But he had a gleam in his eye, and that same gleam, hidden by wrinkles, still resides in the eyes of the elder. Passed down from one generation to the next, it is there in the eyes of the young man guarding the fort with Kaim. This is the very reason that Kaim is here. Now the village, which has kept the peace for so many years, is about to be attacked. The neighboring country is expanding its power. Its army has violated the border and is heading this way. The prospects for victory are slim. The elder says, if you can get us through the summer, that is all we need. All we ask is that you help us prevent them from devastating the forest until the cicadas have planted their eggs. The neighboring country is not likely to show much interest in the poor village, which is merely a pathway for the army marching toward the city beyond the forest. If the village can hold out until the end of summer and surrender when the coming of fall, the enemy will probably charge straight through the forest and head for the city. The elder says, and when after a nice little visit they leave us, we'll have to offer them a parting gift. They can have the worn out old head of mine. Laughing, he mimes cutting his own head off. The elder has transcended any unseemly attachment to the world. He has lived a full life. Now all he wants to do with his remaining time is give the children 75 years in the future the chance to hear the cicadas. Tell me one thing, Kaim says to the young man, bringing his sword closer to his chest. What's that? When you're a grown-up, will you be able to bet your life on a future that is still 75 years away? I will, he replies without the slightest hesitation. We can't see the joyful faces of the children 75 years from now, but I do know that the forest has to be filled with the crying of the cicadas every summer. Whether now or next year or 75 years from now, or even beyond that, that's what they call the grown-up's responsibility. And I'm not the only one who believes this. All the young people in the village do. The elder has raised some damn good young people, I see. What's that? Did you say something? No, nothing at all. Kaim holds himself in readiness, staring straight ahead. Dust clouds well up on the horizon. An enemy unit seems to be approaching. The cicadas cry without ceasing. The enemy is coming. Alright, it's time. Kaim heads out to battle. The cicada chorus reverberates endlessly as if playing the song of life. Okay. It's a short story. Let me, there is a royal seal sign.
That was close.
I'll take it. Not there. There's a royal seal. I know that for sure. Maybe it's in the next area?
Keep your guard up!
But this is the last thing we're gonna do.
What a waste of time.
Nope, nothing here. I think I know it's like in a hidden pathway. Oh, is there something over here? Okay, so nothing. I think it's in the area right before the house. I think it's over here. I think it's over here. There's a little, like, long pathway
Not too smart, eh?
to the right. I don't have to be doing this. I think our mages could take him out in one hit too. Let's see. Yep, they can. Okay.
It appears I've still got a lot to learn.
Well, this is get a SP. Sarah and me. Sarah and me. So that means toughness brooch. I'll go to you. Nope, this one. And this, I'll go to kind. There you go. And time could learn this too. It's to the right there, so this is a seal, right? Oh, is there no seal? I thought there was a seal. Let me just make sure. Is there no seal?
If it's a fight you want, you got it.
I'm just trying to think. Is there a seal? I'm gonna go through the whole mountains. That just leads to the beginning. I can put it right here. I thought there was a royal seal on the mountain somewhere. Let me lower the volume a little bit. Excuse me.
That was close.
Time, Sarah, Ming. Okay. This is not a bad place to like grind experience points or skill points. What's the next one? How much is double item? Oh, 20? Yeah, we'll learn that. Double item is actually seems pretty good, so. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here. I can save. It said to do it on top of the mountain, so I think maybe where I fought that boss. So I can save. So three dream stories, not too bad. How long has it been? Almost. Oh yeah, we can stay in the same spot. It's only been 30 minutes. Not too shabby, eh? Or like Ming's words that she says in the engine battle. I'm always ready. Okay, there we go. Yeah, nothing here. Okay. Just going through the whole mountain. Hopefully we can run through everything. Is it raining? Really? Okay, it's still the same as before. Because I'm assuming I have to go to where I fought the boss.
Oh, come on, give me a break.
Like taking candy from a baby.
Time. Okay, so you're all done. So everyone needs to learn the Scroll of Secrets. Oh, Medusa head? Oh, no, Scroll of Secrets. That means your turn. It's been raining this whole time. There's always rain on top of this mountain ridge.
Just calm down, okay?
Seth, oh, Seth is done. Okay. I don't think you can learn anything else from Ced, right? I think Seth has done Ced. Yep. Okay, so I'm assuming it's up here. I'm assuming it's up here somewhere. Yep. Or is this a dream?
It's back in the Sea of Baus.
It's back in the Sea of Baus. Oh, Grand Staff. Gotcha. Okay. That technician working on the magic research said this was a magic location. It's kind of hard to tell though. Oh well, guess I'll put the magic age down here. Magic age installed. Okay, we're good. I don't think there's anything else to do, but I'll just go through this whole mountain and then call it.
I'm always ready.
Oh, there's a big bird.
Not even near my level.
Okay, they learned another thing from Ced. Sure.
No, look out!
What a waste of time.
Okay, you're good. That means you... Probably I'll just learn that, and then... Like, if I get out of here before all my members learn that accessory, then I'll probably... I could just do it off stream. Excuse me. Yep, nothing shaking. I got stuck.
Hey, take the initiative, I always say. Not bad for a young punk.
Okay, learn that. What else can you learn from Zed? These are both 100, so, or all three of those, so. Magic Seal. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here. Yeah, this leads to a track, and there's nothing on the track, honestly. Oh, there's a guy here. Hold on. Well, it's not every day I run into people in a place like this. Are you all travelers? Yeah, you could say that. How about you, Gramps? What are you doing here? Oh, just wandering around, reminiscing. This mountain used to be famous for being rich in ore. I used to come here to get components for my smithing when I was young, but now all the resources have been mined out for the construction of Grand Staff up ahead. Even the coal mine was closed. Now there's nothing left. Well, see the same thing. Okay, so I'll write down that old man is looking for something. Let me write that down. So we're on there. So, man. Upper control. Oops, sorry about that.
That was close.
Okay, wrote down my notes there. Yeah, this place shouldn't take too long. It's just like straightforward. Let's see if I can go in here. Yeah, there's nothing. Okay. Might as well just run all the way here just in case there's like a hidden treasure, but most likely not. We're almost done. I think I'm supposed to go down that way. Hold on, what's this?
We've taken the advantage!
Uh-oh.
waste of time.
And Sarah learned that. Okay, so. And then give that to you. Okay, almost done. I think there's maybe like 2 more levels have to go down. Or maybe 1 more. Hey, 1 more level. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. Ooh. Okay, this is probably going to be the last battle for today.
Just calm down, okay?
Okay, I think this can be it. Okay, nice. Okay. So I guess we'll continue on. We'll just continue like going from top to bottom. I think that's all I'm gonna do, so we'll just go to Tosca Village right now, we'll save, and we'll end it there. And yeah, we'll continue more tomorrow. More side stuff. See, that was your ship docked at the Southern Cape, right? Sorry to tell you this, but it was swept away by the storm. You tried looking for it, but chances are it's either sunk or swept off to the ocean seas. Sorry about your loss. Don't worry, we have a new ship. Okay. Okay, time to save. I'll make a new save, why not? Okay, so there we go. Perfect. Okay, so probably off stream I'll try to do some level grinding if I have time, so but we'll end it there. So thanks everyone that stopped by, appreciate it. And if you're lurking at any time, I appreciate you guys too. So yeah, we'll continue on next time, more exploring side quests before ending the game or proceeding with the story. Okay, have a good night. Bye bye.